Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Dan the Fix-It Man. Got another quick video here for you. I'm going to show you how to change your rear brake pads on a 2014 Honda CRV. Now the first thing I like to do on this one is just take out these caliper slide pin bolts. These are 12 millimeter and we just need to loosen and remove them. You can use a socket or wrench, or in this case I've got this ratcheting wrench with the flex head, comes in handy. Sometimes when loosening these, the slide pins will want to spin on you, in which case you can throw a 17 millimeter wrench on there to hold it steady while you loosen them. That's what those look like, and we do need to reuse those. Same with the bottom one here, just loosen and remove it. The slide pins obviously need some grease. They're not moving, they're pretty stiff, and so we'll take care of that as well. But before we take off the caliper, sometimes it helps to kind of pull this towards you just a little bit. That will compress that caliper piston. You see how it kind of loosens up in here? And then we can just pull the caliper off. And this inside pad is actually pressed in to that caliper piston. Helps to push it in a little bit so that you can pull the pad out. Just pull it straight out on either side. And just kind of just wiggle that pad out of there. It would be easier if I would have pushed that caliper piston back in a little bit more. But you can see we're pretty much worn down, almost to this little noisemaker indicator. So we'll go ahead and get some new pads on there. Outer pad just pops out like that. The brake pads I'm using come with new pad retainer clips, so we'll just pull these old ones off. Pretty simple, they just kind of pop right off. If you don't have new ones, you can clean up and reuse the old ones. Before I put these new clips on, I like to clean this up with a wire brush. Just get rid of any of that brake dust or rust or any debris that's on there, because we definitely want these to fit flush in there. Just get those as clean as we can with a wire brush. Now the trick on these, they do just snap into place. However, on the new ones, a lot of times this little metal tab in the center doesn't completely sit flush, and so sometimes it will rub on the rotor. So I just kind of wedge a screwdriver in there, and that seems to bend it down or presses it into place. A lot of times, you know, you'll do the brakes and then you'll still have a little squeal or a little noise, and that's usually this clip rubbing on the rotor. So we'll do the same thing up here. Just wedge a screwdriver in there and it almost like presses or forces that into place. You can always just spin that and make sure that you're not hearing anything or that they're not scraping or scratching on the rotor. Now we're going to pull out the slide pins. There's a rubber boot here. If you just pull that back and pull and twist the slide pin, it should just pop out like so. And this is a little gummed up. It's not terrible. We'll just get that cleaned up. Just kind of spray that and clean that. And I usually, you know, when they're really sticky or really dirty, pull the slide pin back in a few times, which brings out even more of that dust and dirt. Just a few times, just to pull any additional debris out of there. And then the grease I'm using is this Sil Glide. If you've seen some of my other videos, I use it on just about every brake job I do. Just a little dab of that grease, and then just kind of spread that around with your fingers. Cleaner gloves would probably be better, but just like that. And then pull it in and give it a few twists just to make sure that it's working well. And then sometimes there's additional air in there. If you squeeze on that boot, it will release some of that pressure. Just make sure that it will move completely back and forth. And the excess grease, I do wipe it on the boot. I think it helps keep that boot from drying out and cracking. So here we'll just do the same thing with the bottom. Just pull it out. Just put it in just a few extra times. We'll get it all cleaned up here. Now you'll notice also I didn't mention, but the caliper, you know, on these lightweight ones, I usually just let it kind of hang out right down there on the lower control arm. As long as it's not a real heavy one, it's not gonna, you know, yank on that brake line. And again, a little bit of that Sil Glide here on this slide pin. Just get it greased up nicely. And that feels much better than it did. That moves really nice now. So that's that definitely was part of our issue. You know, when the slide pins dry out like that, it will seize up that the caliper won't be able to release completely. Just make sure you don't get any grease on the surface of the rotor. So I'm just going to grab the caliper here and I'm going to press this caliper piston back in. Now before you do this, it's a good idea to pop the hood and take a look at the master cylinder and verify that the fluid level is not so high that it's going to overflow. Alright, so here's our master cylinder. Hopefully you can see the line here that we are just below the max level. Sometimes it's easier if you take off the cap and take a look inside there. So it's pretty full, but you can see right there we are close to the top, but I'm at a little bit of an incline, and it looks like we'll be able to push that caliper piston back in without overflowing this. If this was very full, you could use a rolled up paper towel to wick some of that old fluid out of there, or you can use something like a turkey baster to suck out some of that old fluid before pushing those calipers back in. Okay, so now that we've verified that there's enough room in the master cylinder for the additional fluid that will be pushed backwards through here, I'm just going to grab this old brake pad, which is the outboard pad, and this disc brake spreader or caliper compression tool. It's a very inexpensive tool. It works very similar to a C-clamp. It really helps make this easy. It just kind of turn this, and that pushes the caliper piston back in. So again, that will push the fluid backwards up through our braking hydraulic system back into our master cylinder. I usually put a little bit of this Sil-Glide brake grease on the caliper boot as well, this dust boot. That seems to keep it nice and pliable and prevents it from drying out and cracking. Doesn't take much. I'm really just putting a very small amount on there to almost clean. It almost cleans and conditions that rubber boot. And just kind of wiping off the excess here. Before we put the new pad in, just match it up, make sure it's the correct one. And I'm going to use some of this same Sil-Glide here on the back of that brake pad. Doesn't take much. Mostly in the areas where that caliper piston is going to be making contact. And then at these ends here, these ends are little ears of the brake pad that will ride on that little caliper retainer or caliper clip. That way it won't bind up. Okay, now here you want to be careful not to get any brake grease on the surface of the pad, but you just got to bring this around and line up those 3 prongs on the back, and then just with both thumbs at the same time seems to be the easiest. Just press that in place. We accidentally hooked onto our spring here. Let's see if I can fix that. There we go. This little spring clip in the caliper kind of wants to get in the way a little bit here, but that looks all right. A little bit of grease or cleaning that probably wouldn't be a bad idea as well, so I'm just using my gloves that still have some grease and spreading it around on the upper part of that spring. Same with the outboard pad. Just get a little bit of grease on this back shim here where the caliper is going to rub on the back of that pad, and then a good amount on either of these ends, and then we can just press that one into place, and then we can bring our caliper up and put it over that pad. Here you may have to pull on these slide pins just a little bit just to line those up, and then grab these caliper slide pin bolts and thread them in by hand. And here's where that slide pin might spin on you a little bit more now that it's greased up. So here we can use that 17mm open end wrench to hold that slide pin in place while we tighten down that 12mm. Gonna make these snug with this ratchet or with this wrench for right now. Okay, and then the torque on these bolts is 17 foot-pounds. So I'm just gonna hold this, get those same with the bottom one. And you're done. Just remember to step on the brake pedal a few times, which will push this caliper piston back out, pressing those brake pads up against the rotor where they need to be. Remember to top off the brake fluid before you put the cap back on the reservoir there as well, and just make sure you get everything tightened up per spec. Hope you liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. That does help me out. I'll put a link in the description where you can pick up some of these parts and tools as well. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck.